policy analysis APA, advise stakeholders of free education to monitor fund disbursement and utilization at the primary and junior secondary school education in the country. That advice was given by the national president at that meeting held on 20th April 2021. The president also advised that the constitution amendment should pay attention to the practicability of funding free primary and junior secondary school education in the country. It is indicated in the letter that at the end of the meeting, participants made 4 recommendations. You may look at them. To educate communities. So many cultural practices that we have is hindering the success government is making towards girl-child education. Of course, we know poverty is a factor because the girl child is considered at the tender age we are talking about to be an asset. Oh, asset because she goes about selling granite. She is on the street doing one thing or the other. And before you know it, she is exposed to all kinds of abuses. And that is why today we have probably increase in rape cases. Because the small girl is exposed. What she's not supposed to hear if she was in school, she hears on the streets from these boys. Hello, are you with me? Yes. You know she hears it. That is the kind of wrong education she's getting. Whereas there was time for her to be in school, where she will learn and become a mother, the true sense in Nigeria. So, please, there are some of these cultural practices that you have noticed. Trying to find out and how can our communities, our families be helped. You know, religious and other organizations, how they can come in. So this donor should try to find ways that we have concerned so much about the girl child. Hello, are you here? Anytime I'm invited from Babadada, you know Babadada is in the outskirts. We don't belong to the city. But when I go and I see, do you mind if I call you mama, lady, you know, and I hear you speak that British English, good one. And I go back to Babadada, I hear the kind of English my students speak. Then I say, when will my students change their psyche from speaking at the go English to the kind of English you speak here? You know, I don't know if you get the picture I'm trying to. You know that today a lady did a PhD. Sorry, I'm taking you to university. The kind of language they use in writing exams, that was done, is it Mina or I think one of these universities, and I was privileged to serve as one of the examiners. She went through, she brought scripts as exhibits. The kind of English students write in exams. My dear, hi, we have a long way to go. Then you wonder what kind of English did they use to write WAEC and NECO, ICPC coming. If you are to use the results they bring, compare it with their performance, there is a white gap. ICPC cannot do this anymore. Advocacy. So that's the gap that I put. Can you imagine a professor married to a lady, my brother, that is in that I'm sorry, with you as well. There's a reason for you to be in my house. My wife cannot speak English, and you cannot speak Hausa. How do you communicate? I therefore recommend this new letter to all. Thank you very much. The state governments as well as local governments. Now, where we have a situation where the policies are in black and white, and those that are to be beneficiaries by way of providing their counterpart funding are not doing what they're supposed to do. The whole policy is grounded. If we are talking about education, basic education, local governments, state governments are not giving their counterpart funding. I don't see how the policy can be implemented. Well, there may be so many reasons. I am just an individual. I cannot speak for the 771 local governments that we have and the 36 states that we have. But my suspicion would be, or the bottom line is that some governments are not taking education seriously as they should. Girl child education is facing quite a lot of challenges. And basically, I was emphasizing culture. And when you talk of culture, it involves our ways of life. It involves our traditional way of our religion, generally our communal way of life. And the girl child traditionally is seen as someone who can be used to promote the economy of the family. Now, if the girl child is seen just that in the community and is taken away from school or from schooling, I don't see how future generation can be educated. If the person that is alive today is not given or is not receiving the kind of education that she should get, then what becomes of her children in the future? So I want to advise and advocate that, because we are talking about advocacy today, that our community leaders, NGOs and organizations such as this one should continue to enlighten the public. You, the press, enlighten the public that it is important we educate the girl child. If we do so, I believe it will have effect on the society. We will have better generation that is well behaved, generation that is educated and exposed to the happenings in the world around us, and Nigeria will become a better place to live in. Particularly that we are faced with several security challenges. If we are up and doing, and these children are in school, some of them will not be out there kidnapping. Some of them will say no to agents of kidnapping and other social vices that we find prevailing in the society today.